Hi guys, my name's Kerry. Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to make my take on Kentucky Fried Chicken. So I'll start off by showing you the dry ingredients. It is plain flour, it's sweet paprika, roast lamb seasoning, sage, celery salt, oregano, mint, onion powder, basil, garlic powder, and chicken oxo cube. Okay, so that's the dry ingredients, and now we'll go and get the wet ingredients from the fridge. Okay, this is the chicken. I prepared it last night. All you do is I've used chicken pieces, and I've also got chicken breast because some people in my family are picky and don't like bone-in chicken. I get a small carton of buttermilk. I think it's 600 mils, and I mix in 3 eggs, and then the chicken that I get, I always dry it because I don't like having the blood bits and all that in it. So I dry it, and then you stick it in that mix overnight. It's best overnight, and I find that it makes the chicken a lot more juicy and not so dry. That is the grandkids playing. So that's been sitting overnight, and what you do is all of the stuff, the seasonings and that, you give it a good mix. The actual paprika is what gives it the actual reddy colour, the reddish browny colour that KFC has. This isn't exactly the recipe. This is actually just a take on it, my recipe that I choose to do. This is one of the most popular recipes that I make in my family. I'll show you the oil I use. I use rice bran oil because it gets to a higher smoking point. And you don't need a huge amount of oil in there either. When I'm dipping my flour, I always put a piece of baking paper down, because if you put raw chicken in the whole mix, then you've got to chuck the whole mix out. But if you put it on baking paper, the stuff that you don't use, you can put away and use it at a later time. We'll put some on the baking paper to start off. And another tip, I always, because touching raw chicken, you need to wash your hands. I always keep a sink full of water so I can rinse my hands, so then I'm not having to touch the taps or anything with raw chicken on your hands and that. So literally all you do is you grab a piece of chicken.
Chicken sugar.
Chicken sugar? Silly one. And then I have usually one hand for the wet chicken and one hand for the flour. Just put the chicken in there so it's just, I'm not dropping any on the floor as I'm going over towards the oven.
Oh, I want to help.
You can help too.
Okay.
You just have to wash your hands though.
Yes, I'll wash my hands. My beautiful hands.
Gorgeous, gorgeous hands, haven't you? Gorgeous, cute little hands. The rice bran oil is coming up to temperature, but usually if you just grab a wooden spoon and stick it in and it fizzes, it usually tells you that your oil is ready. Leave that side to cook for about 10 minutes, and then you can just carry on coating the chicken. And the reason for the extra baking paper is so I can put the chicken on it.
There you go. Thank
you, that's enough for now. Thank you. You're a good help. About 10 minutes, so we'll check it. We'll give it a turn. Just gently turn it. And then give it about another 10 minutes. When you've done a few bits of chicken pieces, quite a few bits of chicken pieces, you'll find that it'll end up being like little crumbly bits. That's perfectly fine. That's the nice crispy bits that you get when you fry it. So that's perfectly fine. And then just keep sprinkling in a little bit of flour to make it go a bit further. Alright, it's been another 10 minutes. So I'm going to take these out because I actually double fry my chicken. Well, actually double fry bone-in chicken, because I always feel like when it gets to a certain temperature, it's just like it just burns the outside and it's not cooking the inside. And for some reason, this always seems to work for me. So we'll let it sit in the rack while we cook all the other bone and the breast pieces. This is cook number 2. And that is how you make my KFC fried chicken.